Welcome to East Tennessee Pinball. Today I'm going to get working on this abracadabra. So Jane has already done a whole lot of work to this game. I picked this up fairly cheap. The game was playing, but only barely. And what you're looking at now looks 100 times better than when we got it. It was just filthy and nasty and a lot of bare wood showing. So we got this in here. Jane stripped it down. There's all the parts right over there. She stripped it. She cleaned it. She scrubbed it. Didn't wax it. Just got it super clean. And I sprayed it with two-part 2K, this stuff here, Spray Max. Got to wear a mask and everything. Anyway, but I sprayed it just like this, except I had everything protruding. I had taped up. I didn't tape up those, but and also had bulbs in all the sockets. I pulled all those bulbs out since then. And I mean, so it looks like there's big divots in there, but most of that, the wood is divoted, but most of that divot is actually filled in with the 2K. It levels real well. So I basically put on a kind of a moderate mist, let that set about 10 minutes, and then I use the whole rest of the can. So I did the whole thing with one can. The can's $20. The biggest pain with that is the emissions on it are very toxic. So you got to be in a well ventilated, super well ventilated. I do it in the garage, back over here. Open the garage door, and on that around the corner, I've got a huge, like a 4 foot by 4 or 3x3 or 4x4 exhaust fan up in the back, so I get a good current of air going through here, and I wear a carbon activated mask. So try to keep myself safe. So anyway, it does a pretty good job. I mean, if I was wanting to go better, even further with this, I'd remove all this stuff from the top and I'd sand this again and spray it again. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stop with this right as it is. So some of these touch-ups, some of them you can see, some of them look worse after clearing it. Like that blue there, that was bare wood. And before the clear went on there, you really couldn't see it much, but it kind of pops out now more after the clear went on. There was also a lot of bare wood up here around these inserts, and that red was touched up. You can't even really, honestly, I'm sitting here and, I can tell right there. That little piece there. I mean, you got to really look close to tell what was touched up. Some of that purple, but honestly, when you're sitting back here at the player's position, you're not going to see that. Some of this light blue, you kind of see that, but not perfect by any means. But it's I'll put some pictures in here right about now, and kind of show y'all what it looked like to start with. It's a vast improvement from where we were at. Also, the front door, still gonna have to do something with this. I haven't decided. I ordered some buffing wheels. I'm gonna try to buff this. Last one that I put in the Vapor Rust, I wasn't quite exactly happy with the result. I'm gonna try buffing that, see what happens. Really, a thing to do is probably take it off and chrome it or try to find a new one. I don't know if he's got some of the doors, not all the doors. I haven't asked him about this one. They're kind of pricey though, even if he's got them. So I don't really want to stick another $100, $200 on a door. So anyway, but Jane painted all that. It was pretty bad. Here's the side. Not going to do anything to that. And likewise on the head, Jane touched up all the white, kind of put it in a cream colored. That's what the sides look like. Not too bad. I mean, really focused more on the front of it because that's really what you're seeing when you're playing, especially if you've got a lineup of games. You know, the sides are not as important as the front. That coin door definitely needs some work. But anyway, so for today, what I'm planning to do here is I haven't done anything electrically or mechanically to the game. When I got it, it would play, but it was pathetic. I mean, it just like everything was super weak, and half the switches didn't work, and I'm sure most of the features didn't work. The pops, anyway, it was a mess. I've got all new parts coming. They should be here today or tomorrow. So, but today I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning Jones plugs, cleaning units, cleaning switches, doing all the background, maybe put a new plug on here. The ground plug isn't near as important as on a solid state game, but it adds a little bit of safety. At least it grounds the transformer, so I'll put one on there. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to put the head on there and we get to going cleaning. So I throw the head on, I got everything plugged in, got a ground on the plug. I'm going to go see if it'll boot up. Okay, got some GI lights. I don't have any bulbs in here. Maybe I'll throw one in here real quick just to see if I got GI lights on the playfield. So I just threw that in there, and that's the second one I tried, so I don't. Maybe they come on when the game starts. I don't know. I'll go ahead and boot up a game, see what happens. I'm gonna press the button here. Okay, hey, we do have GI lights, or GI lights and controlled lights. So, all right, that's good. It reset. Let's see what happens if we hit a. I don't want to put. I'm not gonna put balls in here. This surface here is only a few days old, so it's still a little soft. So I don't want any balls rolling around on it. So I'll just hit the switches manually. That hit, and on this game, yeah, the ball rolls over this, which cues the player up. Wow, so it's moving up. Game over. So, first ball relay. I'd say that's locked on unless this one doesn't have one. I don't think it wouldn't have one. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. We can look in the schematics. Anyway, it's early to be really diagnosing things. I just kind of want to see the state because I haven't done anything. The Jones plugs are just. I'll grab one of them and show you. Actually, those look clean compared to the other ones I just plugged in. But anyway, they all need to be cleaned. The units, I haven't really looked at them yet. They're dirty, but they're not. I've seen worse. Wow, that could be cleaner, but it's all things considered, it ain't bad. Looking for the. Oh, here. I guess this is the bonus unit, maybe. Wow, that is. Seems like that's. Yeah, that's not. It's not good. Yeah, that's completely gummed up, stuck. Actually, not positive what that is. I assume it's the bonus. It's got some kind of a bonus. I know it's got a bonus ladder right here. So something has to do that. I think that's probably it. I guess I could start a game and just manually move it forward and see what it does. It could be the ball unit. I don't know. Let me start a game. Oh, I just saw bonus unit is jammed underneath there. I bet that's probably it. I'll start up a game anyway. Well, oh, I got to get the game turned on here. Maybe I didn't plug back in my plug. So, let me look at well, I don't know that I can look right here if I've got, actually I got to get the ball in play, I think. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what this does. If I can get it to, it's so stuck. There we go, they're all the way back. Okay, move. Yeah, I'm rotating this disc forward just manually, and I see those lights. Some of those lights came. Yeah, you see them. So this thing's just going to have to be taken apart, at least partially, and cleaned up. It's just gunked up. So that's a bonus unit. The player unit on these Gottliebs are, well, the ball unit. There is no player unit because it's one player. So this is the ball unit right here. So it's pretty straightforward. Doesn't have as much as a lot of games because it's a one player. Makes things a little easier. So I'm going to take a few minutes. It really doesn't take that long. So I'm going to do the Jones plugs first. get that unit, the other unit, and I'll see where I'm at, and then I'll go through the switches. Here's one of the Jones plugs for the head. You can see how crowded they are. You're just never going to get good performance when they look like that. So I've done it lots of different ways. I've kind of gone back to just a wire brush. It's fast, it's easy, and it's functional. I was cleaning up all these Jones plugs and noticed the match unit here. It's a little miniature stepper unit, and see, it's stepping up nicely. That's pretty rare for me. I mean, most of these I see, those things are always stuck. They're kind of sensitive. Everything has to be just about right for those things to work. They're just so miniature. Okay, I took a break from working on this game. Couldn't help myself. I went to start playing around with LEDs because I kind of like playing around with LEDs. So I've got the back box is all LED'd, except for the twinkly lights. I got the 455s. I got the regular incandescent 455s in there because I like them better than the LED. I like the fact that you sometimes hear them a little bit, which is really cool if it's quiet, and the randomness. I don't know. I guess I'm really old school when it comes to blinkers. This guy, the Wizard, I mean, almost all the paint's gone here. So I put the purple passions on his whole thing, and it kind of diminishes the fact that most of the paint's gone on the M. Well, what looks like an M, it's his whatever, his cloak, part of his cloak. I think what I'm going to put is a piece of red veneer or red plastic underneath, translucent plastic underneath there, and I think that will help it too. I was playing around with putting red versus, well, let me show you here. That one's white, just to play with it, because what happens is these plastics go over there and they illuminate those dots. So really, that one, it doesn't show up as good on the camera here. It's just not near as white, as near as red as the other ones that have the real LED. So I've concluded I'm gonna leave those red. I've got the golden yellow, and these are all comments. Golden yellows underneath there. By the way, golden yellow are more yellow than the yellows. The yellows are kind of orange yellow, and the golden yellow are really yellow. So the names are kind of backwards to me. I've still got the incandescent bulbs and the numbers. Those are the only ones that are left that have incandescence. I'm thinking I'm going to put in the teal, which would be a really good match to that. I could go with the purple, but that's too close to the purple. I think I'll go with the teal on 1, 2, 3, 4s on all of them, and I think that'll match really well with the main color of the play field. I know it's not traditional, but you know what? Well, first off, this is probably going to go on route, and having a game on route, the LEDs just makes so much more sense, keeping the heat down, and also the power bill for that matter too. I mean, you got this game doesn't have as many bulbs as some of them, but a lot of the EMs, they'll have 90 or 100 bulbs, and it pulls a lot of current, and all that heat messes up the back box, the back glass. It messes up the plastics. Then you're paying for all that extra electricity. So the LEDs definitely help. And you can see the ball better. Oh, there's a bad socket, and there's another bad socket. I have to get back and fix those. So anyway, I'm going to take a second here and put some teals in here and see what they look like. Well, now that I see it, it is almost a perfect match, but I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. A white would be fine, except the inserts are not white anymore, they're yellow. I could put the cool whites in there, maybe. Maybe I'll try that. So I got several colors here. That's the teal, that's the ice blue. They don't look that different. I like the ice blue better than the teal, but I don't really carry either one. And that's the sunlight. That's what that's like, well, all these are sunlights. And that's a flaky socket. And that's the cool white. I usually use the sunlight because the cool white kind of, I don't know, I just don't like it. The sunlight they have the warm white, which is kind of approaching an incandescent bulb. And the sunlight's kind of in between. The cool white is almost like a fluorescent bulb in terms of the color profile. I don't like that. I don't know. I'm going to try some more. I've tried about every color that I have tried every color that Comet makes, and I think I'm just going to go with the sunlight. I mean, that's blue. I tried the purple passion, the teal, the orange, the yellow, the golden yellow. I tried them all, but in the end, I think I am just going to do the sunlight. None of them really struck me as looking great, so I'm going to just go with the normal. I just got another one of these really weird bulbs. Can y'all see what's wrong with it? It's nippless. You can stick it in, but there's nothing to hold it in. No nipples. This is the second one in the last few hundred that I put in that didn't have nipples. Huh. All right, so I got all those back with just white. So in the back box, in addition to the purple passion there, I did the player ball and play, I should say, is right here. And just to make it a little bit easier for people to see, I did use red bulbs, and because I've just seen enough people play EMs, they have a hard time looking at the back glass and figuring out what's going on because they're used to looking at LED television. So I just make that a little bit more contrast. Also for the tilt, I made that red. The game over is just white, and the for the match, I put in a green light so it shows up a little bit muted because I just didn't want it standing out so much. So anyway, here I'll show you what the tilt looks like. If I can tilt it, here we go. There we go. So the tilt, right away it's tilted. Again, because people, my experience is a lot of people, if they haven't played one of these games much, they don't know where to look. And if I go to the match, yeah, so it's the game over. Actually, I don't like the game over. I was playing around with purples. I don't like that. I'm gonna put a white back in there, and the matches, I just got a green bulb going in there. So anyway, that's the way I am LEDing this game. And now that the fun's over, it's time to leave so I can save my work for tomorrow. So it's next morning, and I'm still not going to really work on this. I'm just going to put it on the plastics, which is kind of playing for me. You can sell the new versus the old. New and the old. And the old ones are not horrible. And I haven't cleaned them. They would clean up and they'd look better, but they're not going to look this good. And some people would kind of rather have the dated look. It's kind of yellowed and, classic looking, you say. I'd rather have the white. It's my taste. I'm going to reuse these. They'll clean up, they'll polish up. You got to polish, even the new ones, you got to polish and make them really shiny. The drop targets on this game were actually not that bad, but they don't look as good as the new ones. So, and I'm going to put all new posts on there. The posts on here, they're about what you'd expect. They're yellowed. Have not cleaned these, and you can clean them and they'll get cleaner, but they won't be white. And the white ones are truly white. So I'm going to get to work. I'm going to populate this whole thing. Probably put on the plastics. I was looking at these lights. I may put some colored lights there. I'm not sure. I know there's a plastic that goes over that. I probably won't put colored lights because there's this, it would mess up the colors of these plastics. So I'll probably leave those white. Those are controlled lights. When this target's ready to be shot, those light up. So if you make them red, it makes the plastic look funny. So anyway, just thought, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So I got the game pretty much populated, but I wanted to clean these up. Shooter assembly and the shooter rod, it's not too bad. I did run it through the ultrasonic, got all the grime off of it, but I'm just going to put it on the butter wheel and polish this sucker up real quick. So I'm mostly done with this abracadabra. I still got to put on the side rails, just nail those back on. Got the playfield all put back together, looking pretty dang good. I'm pretty happy with the way this thing turned out. I've been polishing on the door, just using a buffing wheel. This wheel is really not, you can see by hand, it's not really not big enough to get enough speed. It's working. I still got to do some more, but I need a wheel. It's like 6-inch in diameter instead of this little 3-inch one I've got here. You can see where I've done some of it. It's a lot better than it was, but yeah, it's not great. I'm gonna probably end this video here. I'm gonna do one more on this game. This is this game only will credit up with a single coin, and this game I think is probably going to end up on route. So I want to be able to put it for 2 coins, and I'm gonna rig up basically an old score reel. So when that score reel turns, every other location on the score reel, it will set up give a credit. So first time it moves, it doesn't give a credit. Second time it moves, it does. So Uh, People have done this before, and I'm going to try to reproduce that type of design for this game so I can make it a 50-cent game instead of 25 cents for 3 plays. So I'll do that on another video, but I'm just going to finish this one here, and I hope you like these videos. If you do, click the like and hit the subscribe button. Adios.